this room is for all of us. And we never targeted any community, but it's allowing you to say the truth in this room. That's why the food in there, land is under control by the FFPDS, which is a king. There's no fake news here. So, and the reason that we putting it, we also explain it to you, but we want to put it somewhere. Let that war stop. Let war stop, and then we go back for our normal business. Go for cultivate. Tell your kid to go to cultivate. Tell your brother to go back to cultivate. And let us stop fighting the war with the government. If you're from ICLM, IO member, you High Court go and negotiate with the government in the way that you will fix something in the country, not to killing our innocent people because of your seat. No. Let me try to preach the word that we have to go to jail and let me vote in 2026 and let me see who will win the election between the SLM IO or another party or the SLM leader, the ruling party will remain in the leadership. Then we see that. And then we talk in the politics that we have to debate in the politics, not debating to killing and bringing the blood of people. Let me stop there. Thank you. Let me move the.
Anyway, we know the root cause.
High Court, what's your real name? Yeah, let me bring your real name.
Don't worry.
I will have to worry about it because I need don't give the fake name. Give your real name, please.
Okay.
This is my real name. What's your real name?
I'm not by birth. Let me put my point. What's
your real name, please?
He's a coward. He's a coward because he know what he doing is wrong, and when he get caught later,
people. What's your real name, please? If you don't have your real name, this place. What's your real name, please?
So those are.
Yeah, let me put my point. You cannot open your mind. You have to respect the room. You cannot open your mind.
I call. You don't have a card to play here to dictate people. Please. You're not a moderator. If you don't want to answer it, continue with your statement. This guy will not answer your question. He doesn't have balls to answer your question. So leave him, please. But
anyway, you guys who don't know the root cause of Nasser, who don't know, unless you play the political game that we know. So, Madit, you're asking why you guys you fighting in Nasser? We're fighting in Nasser. Oh my God.
Baba me, your network is bad.
Anyway, war is war. What took place in Nasser is a humiliation, is a violation of the human right. Okay, so anyone can have a right to be listened. That's why the country has a problem of human rights system. For that reason, the war now is everywhere in no land. So the no land now is under attack by the militant of regime. So there's no question mark. The war now is reaching Malkal. It's not about Nasser alone or Walang alone, for your information. So we, the Nile community, we're going to fight anyone come across the no land. Those who come back to Ulang is a done deal, for your information. Those politicians who blindfold the innocent kid, they're going to regret. I'm very sorry for those people, for those politicians, the police politicians, who killing the innocent kid every year. I really feel sorry for them. Because that is not the interest of the country. This is the interest for their pocket. Someone left. I don't want to mention even their name. So for those who are celebrating now, those militants are now in Wolang. That is a lie.
I thought you said they left and they should not come back.
No. What I'm saying, Now, if there are now Lang, so that will be the worst. They make the wrong choice for your information. Okay, so within 2 days, 3 days, they will not stay there, and they're going to face the defeat because now the Nuer White Army of the Nuer, they're all well equipped, and there are more than thousand or thousand, under thousand or thousand. So even though those militants who come to Nasser or Wulang, they were going to be a nightmare. It's a matter of time. So don't celebrate it yet. War is war. We in our community, we're going to defeat those who try to interrupting us in our places. Okay. So now Salva Kiir took the country to the war. That is the result of war.
Okay,
You come on. You come in.
I caught, hold on. Now, what do you want exactly? What do you want? Can you tell us here before you leave the room? What do you want? What war are you fighting? What is it?
The war we're fighting, we need the country to live in peace. Okay? So you cannot give right to the people. You cannot humiliate the people. So the failed regime, so you know our agenda to make the country to live in peace. And the citizen have right to live in peace, not in chaos. Okay?
Okay.
So
let me give you another one. You let the country live in peace. You, the civilian, you are not the government. And you are opposing the government, fighting the government, making the crime, and you say you want to leave the country, you take the country to live in peace. Why are you not asking the government in the language the civilians are using? When you took in the arm, you have to declare yourself your rebel. You took the arm against the government to liberate the country by force. That should be the way people discuss in a different way. But if you are civilian and you say that you want to make the country to live in peace, in what article in the South Sudan Constitution, article that the civilians took their arm and fight the government, and they say that we need the country to live in peace. Where? Where is it? And you say you're from your high court. High court from what? High court, you're blindfolding yourself, and you just killing those innocent kids. Like you say that there's a huge number from Gamware or from whatever that to save the government. And you never knew, and you already knew exactly the number of Wadam being killed in those areas. How they are speaking. And you say the war is moving to Malacca. Even though the war moving to Malacca, there's a government there, they will fight with the government, and they will not defeat the government. My friend, why let you kill those people? Tell them, let them go back, let's put the gun down, and then let them talk in the way you talk. Tell them that you guys are a high court. I'm living in Western countries. I'm eating the good food. I sleep wherever I sleep, and I drink clean water. Live that. Go to school, and then teach yourself how to be a good citizen in the country. That will be the right way. But if you are pushing them that you want to make the country to be safe, that's not the right way, my friend. You give the wrong advice to your people.
We will not allow to use your evil agenda to terrorize the country. We will not allow that. We, the Nile community, we don't want an NSPDF, the evil government, to move, to live among our community. We don't want that because that is the evil regime. We don't want that. We, the Nile community, we've been killed in 2013, and we've been killed in Nasser with a chemical weapon. We not allow that. South Sudan will be a nightmare. We need
the government, right? You're rebelling the government.
There's no government. There's no government. That is the tribal government. We don't have government in South Sudan. That's tribal.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. High Court, thank you. Now, let. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So, first thing before we move ahead with our debate, let's give a chance to our sister. So we need to recognize our sister Teresina. So let us give her a shot, and then we'll go back to debate with High Court and the rest.
Hi guys. How everybody doing? I want Madit. You can't very much. Very much. Sorry?
Okay, okay.
I was talking to Madit.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead to the scene. I hear what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, case from Shallow Basin.
And be like, yeah, puzzle. Yeah.
Okay. أنا جيت فوق وزن عشان هاي كوت هو بيقول
كلام غريب شوية. You want to fight for all the country. So in the good term, you need a people of South Sudan to live in peace. So who give you a right to fight behalf of all the 65 tribes? It's good to say I'm fighting for my own country, my own state, or my own villaging, because I don't need the government be there. That's fine for us. We can hear that. But you fight for all entire the tribe as Nuer. Who give you that right? I agree with you. If you don't want a government in your area, you can fight them if you can. بينا نعرف إنت ما هتقدر لحكومة. حكومة عنده قدرات يقولوا حكومة. It's not the villaging like you fighting one tribe. You fighting entire the country. So my question to you, who give you a right to fight for all over the people in the country?
Yes.
High God.
Yeah. Anyway, Teresina, you have to answer yourself when you guys formed create Abelwek when fight with the government. When you fighting with the government before, okay, ask yourself. So for that reason, we the North community.
Okay. Let me cut you here. We fight was a tribe grab our land, and the government appeared there and fight us. So we know fighting for all entire the country. You said now you're fighting for all entire the country and people of South Sudan to have a peace. Who give you a right? That's my question to you.
That is our right when the evil government doesn't accept our right, we have to fight for our right. Okay? Like you, they should look lost your agenda. Now you want to fight Nuer. It's well and good.
Don't confuse
you're losing
yourself.
now. You're losing. You're losing
yourself. High Court, don't confuse yourself. Answer my question. We are 65. We have 64 tribes in the country, and you said you fighting behalf of all those people. That's my question to you. Who give you that right? Me, I'm fighting in my area only. It's not Barghazal, it's not Juba people, it's not any tribe. I'm fighting for my right in my place, my land only. Don't tell me I lost whatever I lost. Nothing lost here. My question to you, this is a country, big country, 65 tribes with a government in it. You want to fight in Malakal, you want to fight anywhere. You refuse yourself, no government can, you go for hudud, the border, very important. The border with our country, all the country, all over the world, unless انتم ما بتعرفوا حاجة اسمه دولة. دولة ده حاجة كبيرة جدا. لو شايفون ده غابة انتم مشيتوا فوق وشاكلتوا وجيتوا سلمتوا البلد ده, is a really wrong thing you guys think about it. The border into guarding border between country and other country have to be protected. انتوا هتقدر تحموا البودة دي؟ لو انت عندكم رأي تاني انك هتقدر تحموا البودة الناس ماشيين عشان يحموها ده حاجة تاني completely. Think twice. إذا انت ما داير government في area بتاعتك is a different case. And protecting the border is another case too. Telling us we want to fight behalf and anybody there to bring the peace in is totally wrong. Because you will die, number of you will die. It's not only just علمتوا انه دايرين تشاغلوا عشان ناصر only. لا علمتوا انه دايرين تقتلوا نوير, دايرين تقتلوا تشالا, علمتوا انه دايرين تقتلوا الدينكا. Number of Dinka, did you know how many million of them? Not good to be specific, we want to fight the government. But you fighting the government, you fighting two nations. 2 nations. You come into Malagal, you will find 2 nations there. If you Nasser, Intabarak, Intabarak. Teresa, mata kani. Itama didn't answer. Lazim tasmal kalaman dera gulu leg the haji. The fight have to be divided. عشان احنا نقدر نفهم. انت لو بتشاغل عشان تسوي السودان كله, why not? Everybody مدعاني من حكومة. Then احنا we just put it in a logic area عشان نقدر divide the problem between مشكلة بتاعك في area بتاعتك ومشكلة بتاع ملكال ومشكلة بتاع حكومة معاكم انتو. You have to divide that عشان الناس يقدروا يقفوا معاكم. لكن برجل اللي انتوا قاعد تعملوا ده انت هتموتوا براكم. Ita hatiju le denga haitulukum, hatiju le shuluk haitulukum. My hand the fight already broke down in Malakal. It's there for 2 days now. Ita mamukenti, how many are you? One tribe fighting of 2 Gabila and government firaso? Into دايرين تنتهروا من حياتكم تنتهوا مرة واحدة ولا كيف هس؟ أنا عارف في ظلم في بلدنا. الدولة بتاعنا is mess. الدولة بتاعنا is mess and I know that very well. Sorry?
Trezina is not only one tribe that they are even fighting, or 2 tribes, like you mentioned, 2 tribes. One tribe is fighting. You forgot about Anuak and Murle.
No, ما هسي هم اللي علنوا قريب ده من الناصر بيجي نشاكل في الناصر قال هيقتلوا دينكا وهيقتلوا شلوك. بس علنوا 2 قبائل دي وحكومة في راسه. يعني إذا أنا قاعد أحين sometime الحاجة قاعد يحصل لنورنا وإلا كان ده ربنا داير ينتهي منكم. الصراحة خطر جدا جدا على حياتكم انتم القاعد يحصل ده.
It's a cause.
لو ما فكرتوا كويس القاعد يحصل ده، لو ما فكرتوا كويس إنه فعلا دايرين تنتهروا بحياتكم وأطفالكم. هسي قبل شوية كنت قاعد أحضر واحد إنه في هولندا ناس ماتوا أطفال women men ناس ماتوا بكمية. نحن كيومن كأنا كتريزينا أنا كإنسان موت زي ده أنا ما قبلان بيه. بدين تقعد تنتهروا بحياتكم صراحة.
Let me answer.
Teresa,
let me answer. You know, Teresa, we are in South Sudan. I follow you in social media.
Yeah, High Court, the Giga. Let Teresa, state your words and then he will answer you afterwards. Because this
Teresa, you're already asking me a question. You're already asking me a question.
High Court, please respect yourself and allow the lady to speak. Teresa, go ahead, darling.
تمام. So يعني بجد يا هاي كورت لو دي اسمك حقيقة وانت انسان انت قاعد تنتهي من القبيلة بتاعتك. بقوله لك بصراحة يمكن هتقتل جزء من شلوك، هتقتل جزء من دينكا، هتقتل جزء من government، but هتموتوا موت شن صراحة. because government عنده قدرات كتيرة جدا ممكن يحمي، عنده دبابة، عنده طيارة فوق. صدقني جد حقيقة بقوله لك يا هند بصراحة. انتوا لازم تراجعوا حاجه ان انتوا دايرين تشاكلوا عشانه ده اقيفوا فوقه بس. ما تعلنوا اعلان زي ده وماشيين all over the places. انتوا هنا حبه هناك حبه هنا هتموتوا. والله العظيم بقولوا لك هندا ما هتقول انه ناس هيندموا، الناس اللي دخلوا لندن الحكومه هيندموا. حكومه عنده قدرات ممكن ينتهر منك وهيشردك من بلدك، هيشردك من قريه بتاعتك. وانت لازم تفهم ناصر ده ما هيكون حقك تاني. الشر ده وده حقيقة. الشكل ما بيقلب، الشكل باللوجيك، شكل بالفكر. انت هتخسر وين وهتستفيد وين؟ انت هتستفيدوا من الشكل ده وين؟ When you guys benefit from this fight كده ورونا هتستفيدوا شنو؟ لما تشاكلوا زي ده لأن حكومة never give up for border. ممكن يعمل give up في حاجات ثانية لكن border لا. كويس؟ انتوا هتستفيدوا شنو من الشكل اللي بيموت فوق اطفال وناس كبار ونساوين؟ هتستفيدوا شنو من هيك؟
Good morning brother Gar Kudwal. Can you upcall?
جاوبني على كل الاسئله بتاعتي ده وانا برجع.
Anyway, Teresa or Teresa, what I'm saying, war is a war. The North community, if you don't know that, if you don't know the secret, are the majority in South Sudan. We have to fight for our right. You cannot eliminate our
majority
community.
for military or our majority for
in South Sudan? We are the majority in South Sudan. Okay, so
brother,
okay, we have a secret that you don't know. We have a top secret. We have a top secret.
In a population area or a military area?
Population, even the military, in population with the military. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish.
South Sudan, the giga brother. People know the culture madrasa. Upper Gabila fi Junuba Sudan kulu denka. Obadu into them.
That's propaganda. That's propaganda.
Five the giga best lo madrasa. The madrasa ma kalam say ma kudrat nazi tishayk min atfal ويال صغار لامين في صوت. إحنا لو خطينا وقفنا كلنا في ميدان. انت هتشوف عدد الناس هيكونوا كيف؟ ما دينك ما وقفوا كله عشان تشوف عددهم قدر شنو؟ ولا شنو زالوا ما وقفوا كله، الناس لسه قاعدين يعني انتوا بتقوموا كلكم بعيالكم باطفالكم برا. That's a problem هنا. أكبر قبيلة في جنوب السودان دينك is 5 million point دقيقة is 5 million فاصل واحد. ده دينك وده حقيقة. وانتوا 2 million فاصل اثنين. نحن 1 million نحن شلوك ده 1 million. We are third population in South Sudan. نحن كشلوك ده. So يا تو مدرسة أنت دخلت فوق عشان تقول إنتوا ناس كتار. قاعد تدروش من إنتوا يا نوير يا دراويش.
So now you confused. Now you want to insult him?
No, seriously. You fight for nothing. أنا أتكلم مع زول فاهم يعني. أنا داير أتناقش مع زول فاهم who what the South Sudan.
Why you insulting? Why you insulting?
ترزينا. نحن ما ممكن تقول إن إحنا كتار. قاعد تقول
What I'm telling you, as long you touch the Nile community, we're going to terrorize. Upper Nile is done. It's a done deal. If you don't know that. Upper Nile is a done deal. Okay.
You cannot.
You're going to.
You cannot, my dear. You cannot.
You're going to.
إلا كانيتو قاعد تطلعوا ناس من الناس اللي ما في الأرض عشان عددهم يكتر.
ترجينا ما. Don't waste your time with this guy.
ما ننزل قاعد يقتلوا في النفسهم وجد يعني people are watching. نحن دقيقة brother. people are watching كيوم أنا إنسان أو أنا القاعد يحصل لكم ده انتهار عديد.
دقيقة يا أختي. Look, High Court, you are using provocative language here. At the same time, your statistics are not right. Since when did Nuer climb up the top and become the majority in Sudan? You're trying to take us right back to explain the demographic transition of Junub? Come on, brother.
You know,
you need to come to your senses. At the same time,
High Court, you
language, Upper Nile is done.
You cannot keep up on your mic.
When you say Upper Nile is done, how many tribes does the Upper Nile region host? Should I count? The Giem, Murle, Anuak, Dinka, and all this? Besides Nuer, Cholo, Maban, and all that. So Upper Nile is done because Nuer, they are the majority in Upper Nile. So they have to impose their powers upon others in Upper Nile region and deal with them accordingly, whether they like it or not. If they don't submit to you, then they will be subjected to atrocious acts. Is that what you are trying to imply?
If you choose war, this is what we are good for. Okay? You choose war, this is what we are good for. Yeah. So we are not joking. We are not joking.
Nobody joking with you guys. You guys will die. In the hard work to move to you.
Okay,
you will see that, my brother. We're ready for you. We're ready for you.
You fight the wrong war. You fight the wrong war.
انتوا قاعد تحددوا في الناس ان احنا هنقتلوكم انا بدل لكم حياتكم والله يا هاي كورت اقسم بالدين ايمان احنا شو البدل انه نخش لكم في فانجاك وحنشيلوا منكم وناصر الحكومه حيشيلوا منكم وهتشوفوا كلام ده وانا معاك هنا ده you will see that انتوا ما قاعدوا تحددوا في الناس ان احنا بشر زيكم
We used to look. We're going to tell the Upper Nile to Sudan. We're going to tell Upper Nile to Sudan.
Then go look there, Rita Hachuk Kalamda, then go look there, they agree now. Ito they need to Luyanas. They need to use still people, kids, adopting kids. What is all there to South Sudan, the Minasaba, Ada Vita Kumashen, the Sharat Mutu Kuluku, Allah Hakuma Katilku Namanta for Haja. Bayar Haiga Firaskum Kulumba, another Kumabada Kumada Matalim Bidakum, and my finger and majority. Where is the majority? Tamar majority of South Sudan, with the guys to South Sudan, Shurusha, even I did come Jarin Dumbas, the soul of Novisu machine, Ariani, Halat, the home of Finas. It had moved with a Hachu for more than mother, and friend of the rotation I couldn't see this time. Not that Hina Lokum, they need to go to hit. And Lukum, it's Wahamanas, my dear in Mashaki, Shekladama had to Safi Domino. It's true, you wokum Hina, Kutukum Hina, Landishno. It's my Bashar Bordo.
Yeah, Madit, why you allow people to drop in me?
Okay, High Court again, and good luck, just listen. Keep your mic close, High Court. Now we are giving you a chance to speak, and you have to listen to different opinions. So keep your mic closed. We're gonna pass the line and then listen to other people, and then when the first for interjection, whether you want to make correction or just be patient, High Court. We are not running anywhere. Don't keep up on your mic. Let's give a chance to others.
Yeah, let me say this one here before. I want to leave because I've been here for a while. Joseph, Dr. Madit, and Teresa. Rest of the
Is Teresina done because he has been interrupted repeatedly?
Yeah, no, I want to go.
And I am the one who dropped High Court. High Court, no one else dropped you other than Madit. Because you are not respecting yourself by observing the rules of any platform. Okay?
Yeah.
So you need to relax instead of turning room into an argument room. Teresina, are you done or not yet?
So Ali Gadishakulu Ashanshunu, Gadishakulu Ashanshunu. Why you guys fighting for? Why you guys wanna fight in Haria Bita Malakali to Gadin Fitunja Debitana, Tunja Debitana Nina? You guys guiding Hinak Hasi. Why you guys in somebody country or people country and you claiming yourself you don't want evil government in your country, your what do you call it, your state, sorry. Malimu nufiskum agodu fi mantagatkum ashan hakuma yijikum. Hakuma dairat border. Hakuma lazim yukut border hinak. Into dairin shunu fi tunja. Dairin olma dairin haykutu border hago de lazim yukun fi border fi mahalla. Gadi shakulu ashan shunu. La mi nufiskum kullukum shakulu ashan shunu. Dairin taktulu shulugu nuer le shunu. La shulugu denka le shunu. Jawabni. Nena machine shakal lakin dairi jaba ashan afham na mana shakal mak.
Okay. First of all,
you can do the interjection and then High Court will come if it is necessary. Because he has spoken for a long time.
Can you guys move a line?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm leaving. Hold on a second, please. I want to leave. I'm just want to ask you guys information I'm leaving. So, and then Madut, you came, I think you know the line, where the line begins and where the line stops. Because we have a rule there. And
yeah,
we have
supposed to be the one coming after Teresina, and then we will come.
Okay, let me get away from the clubhouse. Some of you will, if you want to listening more debate, you can join. You can go to clubhouse and listen in there and join. So that is what's going on. They're debating. We are debating clubhouse regarding about what's going on. Anyway, I have a few video to play. Some of you here today that SSPDF entered to Ulang today. So I have some of the video that I want to play. Update security situation in Nasser, in Upper Nile, and so you listen to Governor General CDR, General Kong. So listen to what he's saying regarding about what's going on in Nasser and Malakan around Upper Nile. So listen to what he's saying.
أنا شكرا جزيلا. فعلا الدخول في قوادنا كان سهل جديد كان. ولكن قبل ما دخلوا كان في صعوبات كده بواجهة، لأنه القواد الأيرو والجيش الأبيض هم يعني قاموا بتفريق المناطق، يعني من الدمى ومنطقة بتاعت يين وراسة المغاطة والولان، يعني هم خربوا يعني نهبوا أسواق ونهبوا المسيحيات. فده يعني ده بوقف انه النادل ممكن انه ما عندهم اوبجكتيف، يعني من يعني لانه الدواء ده دواء من المنظمات، ومنظمات ديل هم بيساعدوا الشعب في في مناطق اللي هم يقومون. لكن احنا برضه بنشكر القوات بتاعنا ماشي بالهدوء ووصلوا بسلامه، وبرضه حسب نادوا سلاطين والشعب الفرو يجي في داخل المدينه. مناطق ثانيه في جوكو فعلا كان حصل قبل صباح، حصل ضرب اتجاه لتوبي، ده ما كان تجاه بتاعنا، كان اتجاه لتوبي، لكن الجيش بتاعنا ما قدر يضرب لانه اتجاه لتوبي، وطبعا ده احترم جيرانه، يعني ده جيران. فاحنا برضه قمنا بواجبات بعلاقاتنا مع جيراننا تاني في اثيوبيا، تكلمنا معهم في كمبالا والوضع هادي الحمد لله. فالمنطقه يعني الوضع على ما يرام، نحن بالخير. وهنا برضه في مدينه ملكال الناس عايشين سلبي. شكرا. صباح اليوم في لواشي كان عسل برضه ضرب في كلاكس كده بسيطه، عسل صباح مع ايوه ضربوا على واشي، ولكن طردوهم لان هذا من القوات بتاعنا دخلوا في مناطق وقدم وراهم طارق فيهم. ده اللي حصل، يعني الضفه الغربي فوقه يعني شعنا فيه كلاكس يعني ايام الاثنين اللي فاتوا. فيما يقول ما في احداث، ما في حاجه في احداث، ما في حاجه حصل فيما يقول، ده كان اللي شعب، لكن ما في حاجه.
المواطن الان في مدينه ملكال ما زال الان يتخوف في مساله انه يعني ما مستقر كده. الرساله اللي بترسلها انت كحاكم مع دخول القوات لولان انت بتقول شنو؟
طبعا المواطن عنده حق ممكن يزعزع، لانه مواطن هي مواطن يعني بقدر يخوف. لكن نقول لهم انه يعني من انا انه القوات بتاعكم قوات بتاعت الدفاع الجنوب السودان والاساس بي دي بدافع عنكم، فما في داعي انه الخوف. فالخوف ده يكون ما في وسط بتاع الشعب بتاعنا. خوف برضه يعني من الاشاعات في فيسبوك، ده الحاجات اللي بخوف الناس، لكن في ارض الواقع هم ما خايفين من الفيسبوك.
So you heard from CTR Kong, governor of Malakal. So this is what's going on, and you hear about the debate going on in Clubhouse. So people in diaspora are feeling a lot of in the ground, because you hear from governor himself. He said that the SSPDF is going to Wulang and Nasser to protect the life and property of civilians. They are not going there to harm any civilian of Nasser or Wulang. But the only people who are putting fear into the civilian of Wulang or Nasser are the people of Facebook. And we have seen a lot of people are commenting here. Those are the people who put fear on the civilian on the ground. And you had listened to today one SSPDF inter to Wulang. So Major General
ولاية في حكومة مركزية في القوات. برضه نهني قواتنا بانتصارات الباهرة. هذا الجهد كان جهد مشترك في حكومة بتاع ولاية وفي حكومة مركزية في القوات، رئيس أركان. فكل الجهد ده بانتصار قواتنا دخولهم في مدينة أولانغ. احنا برضه نشكر شعبنا انه تعاونوا برضه على طول الطريق من ملكال حتى أولانغ. كان برضه في تجاوب من المواطنين، وده كان برضه يعني شغل كويس. ان احنا عايزين كل مواطن هادي بلا مصلحة هذا الوطن انه يساهم في استقرار المنطقة. احنا كقوات دفاع جنوب السودان نحن جزء لا يتجزأ من الشعب ده، ونحن مكلفين بحمايته وحماية مكتسباته وأملاك بتاعه. فاحنا نكرر التهنئة، نكرر الشكر لكل من ساهم في إنجاح العملية ده، ونتمنى إنه كل.
So yeah, so have you heard it? So SSPDF now is in Ulang and they're their way to Nasser. And the civilian in Nasser, please, SSPDF do not go there for you. It's just going there to secure area to protect you. And the White Army has been brainwashed for those anti-peace settlement. And you have seen people are commenting and talk about it. And this is what is happening, because misinformation and propaganda, that's what fueled this conflict. Okay. So SSPDF, as you have seen, SSPDF is a nation army, is not doing any harm to the civilian. Okay. But all of these politicians going on around this, where SSPDF, Bukcho, all kinds going to Nazareth to disarm, all of these are not there. In the beginning, okay, last month, if the civilian in Nasser and Mulang, listen to their leaders, people will not be in this stage at this time. And we have seen what happened. The civilian now, how many people have been displaced since this incident, senseless war started last month? Okay, like you seen, like 2 days ago, one of the medical facility in Ulang has been looted. Okay, and the staff there have been threatened. Now the Doctor Without Border now closed down the medical facility, and this is the only medical facility in the area. Okay, and these who are now suffering are the civilian. That's why the SSPDF is going there to make sure that these criminals that we're using this violence in this area to be controlled. But our people in social media that are just going in, deciding all of these negative things, please let us stay away on this. Our civilians are the ones who are victims here. Some of you using a social media where you spread propaganda, please, you need to stop. SSPDF is the national army, let them go there, do their job, and let the secured area, the border, that's their job to do. Why you do for police tie all of this? So that's one of the things. So according to the Doctor Without Border now is closed down his facility in that area, which is very harmful to our people in Mulang and Nasser and surrounding village, around the area. So for what reason? So that is one of the things. And let us listen to the United Nations UNMISS.
From the situation in South Sudan, as outlined in the Secretary General's report, as submitted to this Council. Since my last briefing, there has been a sharp deterioration in the political and security situation, which threatens to unravel the peace gains made in recent years. All our efforts are now focused on preventing a relapse into widespread conflict and refocusing attention on the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. During my last update, I warned of an emerging standoff between the two preeminent parties to the agreement. This has now degenerated into direct military confrontation and escalated tensions across the country. The trigger can be traced back to events beginning in Upper Nile State since the beginning of March, when the White Army overran the Nasir-based garrison from the South Sudan People's Defense Forces. Subsequent airstrikes on Nasir, allegedly involving devices containing incendiary fuel, have caused significant casualties and horrible injuries, including to women and children. Humanitarians estimate that over 80,000 people have been displaced. The series of events in Nasir culminated on the 7th of March in an attack on a United Nations helicopter in Nasir, resulting in the death of an UNMISS crew member and numerous South Sudanese military personnel. The extraction operation during which this occurred had been conducted at the request of all parties and with assurances of safe passage from national, state, and local authorities. Since then, and in the context of a deplorable downward spiral, we are receiving reports of further mobilization, respectively, of the White Army and the SSPDF in Upper Nile, allegedly including the forced recruitment of children into the respective ranks of the armed formations. The deployment of Ugandan foreign forces at the request of the South Sudanese government has further staked public anxiety. Senior SPLM-IO civilian and military actors have been removed from official posts, detained, or gone into hiding. The arrest of First Vice President Riek Machar reflects a new low in trust between the principal parties. Misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech is fueling political and ethnic tension, particularly on the social media. These conditions are darkly reminiscent of the 2013 and 2016 conflicts, which took over 400,000 lives. Dear Mr. President, this situation underscores the urgent need for a collective effort by national and international stakeholders to secure a cessation of hostilities, preserve the integrity of the revitalized agreement, and ensure necessary steps are taken to end the continuous cycles of incomplete transition. UNMISS is engaged in intensive diplomatic efforts to broker a peaceful solution alongside many stakeholders, including, but not limited to, the African Union Peace and Security Council, its panel of the WISE, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the reconstituted Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission, His Holiness Pope Francis, the United Nations Secretary General, and this Council itself. The message from peace partners is clear and consistent. The parties must resolve tensions through dialogue, build trust and confidence, refocus on the peace agreement and consensus-based decision-making, and assure the people of their steadfast commitment not to return to war. We need look no further than across the northern border to Sudan for a stark reminder of how quickly a country can descend into catastrophic conflict. The region cannot afford another crisis that could further destabilize an already fragile landscape. To avoid this outcome, I must underscore the critical role of neighboring states as guarantors of the agreement in restoring peace and stability in South Sudan. With this in mind, I seek the support of the Council to, firstly, immediately address the Nasir tensions through dialogue rather than further military confrontation, which risks tipping the country into a broader conflict. The situation in Nasir is above all the result of political deadlocks and disagreements that have escalated into violent clashes. Secondly, echo the recent communique of the African Union Peace and Security Council and the IGAD Extraordinary Summit by urging all parties to adhere to the ceasefire and the peace agreement, including reinvigorating the functioning of its relevant mechanisms. Thirdly, call for the release of detained military and civilian officials or their treatment in accordance with legal process. Lastly, encourage the two principals to exercise restraint, address their differences constructively and through public dialogue, and manifestly put the interests of the people first. To help secure these outcomes, UNMISS is committed to leaving no stone unturned. Mr. President, South Sudan faces one of the worst humanitarian outlooks since independence. Driven by escalating subnational violence, the spillover from the Sudan conflict, deepening economic collapse, extreme weather, and a sharp decline in international aid, regional volatility is also fueling instability in South Sudan. Around 9.3 million people, 3/4 of the population, need assistance, and 7.7 million are suffering acute food insecurity. A cholera outbreak continues amid a crippled health system with 47,000 cases and 877 deaths so far. Humanitarians are doing all they can to stretch scarce resources to also support 1.1 million returnees and refugees who have fled the war in Sudan. But funding cuts are dismantling life-saving services. Let me underscore, there are no quick fixes to this crisis, and there is a need for strategic alignment between peace-building, humanitarian, and development efforts, particularly around food security, climate resilience, basic services, and governance. In this volatile environment, and as emphasized in the Secretary General's report, the protection of civilians, in particular women and children, must be a priority. While it is the primary responsibility of the government of South Sudan to protect its civilians, the rapidly evolving situation underlying UNMISS's protection of civilians mandate is more important than ever. UNMISS is increasing its protection of civilians measures, including reinforcing our posture at IDP sites in Juba, which are locations of particular risk. UNMISS force has responded proactively to the situation by increasing its patrols and enhancing security at its bases, with the quick reaction forces on standby to address unexpected situations. These measures underscore the mission's preparedness to face deteriorating conditions and its important role in protecting civilians. This is in the context of our overarching protection of civilian strategy, which is based on projecting our physical presence to areas of priority need, flexible basing arrangements, and robust troop deployments, enhanced patrolling, and procuring capabilities, as well as equipment that are fit for purpose in the climate-affected terrain in which we operate. All of these efforts are being carried out in close coordination and through enhanced engagement with the national authorities to ensure a shared approach to civilian protection and conflict mitigation. These efforts complement our longer-term protection and political strategy, which is to foster a protective environment that supports South Sudanese in conducting their own political and societal transformation through the completion of the nation's long-promised democratic transition. This requires nurturing the essential enabling conditions and democratic environment, such as the civic and political space, and strengthening the rule of law, which will endure beyond a single electoral event. It is precisely because these conditions are grounded in universal principles, rights, and fundamental institutions that they will prevail long after we as a mission leave South Sudan. It is in this context that I note the recent launch of the civic education campaign and public consultations on the Constitution. This marks the beginning of the constitution-making process. I must note that UNMISS faces operational limitations in all these tasks, especially in the face of this broader conflict. Our peacekeepers continue to face access denials on the ground. If the current trend continues, we are looking at a shift in conflict dynamics from subnational and community-based violence to a more complex picture involving signatory parties and foreign actors. We are already prioritizing resources accordingly, but UNMISS is a peacekeeping mission, not an army, and cannot be everywhere all at once. In this context, the 4 pillars of UNMISS mandate remain as important as ever. This includes protection of civilians, facilitating the delivery of humanitarian assistance, supporting the implementation of the peace agreement, and monitoring and reporting on human rights. We seek the support of this Council to ensure mandate continuity during the crisis. South Sudan has asked for comprehensive electoral assistance from the United Nations. We are positioning ourselves as one UN to support all phases of the electoral cycle. However, this task is made difficult without a level of serious commitment, decision-making, and action from the country's political leadership. Meanwhile, discussions continue with our host government on the status of the UNMISS Tonping base. Despite receiving an initial ultimatum to vacate the site, our approach has been to conduct a constructive negotiation towards a phased relocation that maintains the mission's critical functions at the site. We welcome the opportunity to continue our engagement with the government on that basis, readily making available land and facilities as these become available and free for transfer. Excellencies, let me underscore once again that there is a serious and growing risk that conflict dynamics may steer South Sudan dangerously off track. The revitalized peace agreement remains the only viable framework to break this cycle of violence in South Sudan. The overriding imperative now is to urgently avert a relapse into full-scale conflict, refocus efforts on accelerating the implementation of the agreement, and advance the transition towards South Sudan's first democratic elections. Another war is a risk South Sudan simply cannot afford, and nor can the wider region. I thank this Council for its continued support. Thank you.
Je remercie.
So you guys hear from United Nations report to United Nation Council today, actually yesterday, and you have heard from Mr. Nicholas say that over 80,000 people have been displaced since the conflict started in Nasser. And you also talk about the peace agreement narcissist, that the only solution for South Sudan to remove out from this violent war, which is that's what they're saying. So right now, how we see, so what is happening with the narcissists? So that's now one of the big questions. And we all know that Dr. Yamachar has been arrested, is in house arrest, and also we have a team that there is a caretaker, chairman of IO, Stephen Powell, is taking over with his team. And this is what is going on now is within, and we have seen some of the IO's forces who are defected to SSPDF. So let me play this video very quick from today. Today there was over 1,280 SPLIO forces who defected to SSPDF. in Western Equatorial States. So listen to Major General Joseph Edward.
شكرا للحكومة بتاعنا بتاع وسترن إيكواتوريا. أنا بقول قدمنا خطوة كبيرة شديد اليوم بتاع الليلة، وأنا بشكر ربنا إنه اليوم بتاع الليلة ده كده يكون بداية حسنة في وسترن إيكواتوريا عشان نحن نقدر نعيش مع بعض ونعمل مع بعض عشان وسترن إيكواتوريا نمشي قدام. فأنا بقول شكرا His Excellency Honorable Governor Western Equatoria and Division Commander Division 6 and then the head of departments. عندكم برضه في ناس موجودين معنا، ناس بوليس، ناس سجون، ناس واللايف، في ناس بتاعكم بعد ذاك احنا بنقدم. فأنا مبسوط شديد، أنا ما بقول كلام كثير، وطبعا احنا ناس عسكري ما بيقولوا كلام كثير. فأنا بشكركم كله في وجود بتاعكم كحكومة بتاع وسترن إيكواتوريا. فشكرا لكم كثير. السلام عليكم.
That you have it. So 1,280 soldiers from IO defected today to SSPDF, which is a good sign to see this is a part of peace. So because we need one unified army in the country. So all of this violence we need only because too many commander in chief is not going to help. So we have only one army in South Sudan. SSPDF. All those forces they have to integrate to SSPDF. So all of this violence can be stopped. So, and I'm happy that to see some of the IO forces that are now see that they choose peace. They are not choose violence like the rest of part of the country are choosing violence to fight with the SSPDF. Now the IO part of in Western Equatoria, they are doing a good job. We have been seeing for the last week or so, like 2,000 forces from SOA, they joined SSPDF. Because this is what we want to see. This, as a citizen of South Sudan, we need to see this kind of positive move from our army personnel so that they can unify themselves. We have to have one army in the country. That's one of the things. This all of this Biden is going to stop. Because nobody now, if we have one army, loyalty to the country, there's nobody can come there, he own an army, and then he can say that I will fight because I have he having a power, like a manpower, like the army forces. So that's what is happening in part of Nasser, so and part of Nasser and Malakal. So if all these forces have been integrated into the SPDF, and then the country have one army, that's good. So that's the positive way to move the country from this cycle of war to the peaceful, you know. And it's good that we will see. So now we hope, now today, let's listening to the member of SPLIO who are now in stream, chairman and vice chairman as secretary. So listen what they're talking about.
It's a fruitful meeting with them. We given a brief about the development in IO party because IO now come up with a new interim leadership, and that in the interim leadership come up because there is an absence of leaders in IO. As you know, our chairman in house arrest, and also our deputy chair in exile, and also SG in exile. For that reason, the members of IO in Liberation Council called the meeting according to Article 19.1, read together with Article 20.1, that given a National Liberation Council authorized to conduct a meeting with one set from the members of National Liberation Council. In that meeting, we resolved to elect a new leadership, R3. They elect our chairman, Stephen Farr, to be an interim chairman for the IO SPLM party. And also our deputy chair is Lasuba Wango, and the secretary general is Agog Mako. The function of a new leadership to engage with parties of this agreement, and also to engage with the civil society, to engage with a diplomatic corps in South Sudan, and also to engage with the government to resolve or to solve any problem facing us as a country. As you know, now our people suffer a lot because of the war take place now in Upper Nile, and also we call those who are in the war to be calm and to return back to peace. And we as IO, we are for peace, and we are for implementing of this peace agreement. Is very important for us. There is no something better than the peace.
Okay, the status of Dr. Riek Machar, because there is rumors, people talking that what happened is a coup. What is the status of it?
No, this is not a coup. As I mentioned, it is internal arrangement. It is not a coup. And even our chairman, Stephen Fard, one of journalists asking him about if the chairman come out from the detention, can you step down? And he say, I can step down because this is not coup.
So there you have it. So now we hope that you see the IO interim leadership are now working toward peace, which is good. We hope for the next few days to come. Hopefully they will join hand with the SPLIG to continue with the implementation of RCS. So I come to conclude, guys. Thank you for watching my show. Before I close down, let's go back to Clubhouse, listening in what are they talking about before I close down.
حقوقنا الشعب بتاع ساوث السودان الحكومة ده ممكن يصلحنا عشان نعيشوا مع بعض والحكومة ده ما ينفع نعيشنا مع بعض نحن كلنا نتفق أنا حكومة ما بتاع قبيلة بتاعنا كلنا ولو في قبيلة بقول لنفسه وهو فوق الممكن يقول أنا يا ممكن أكون في كرسي ده forever ده المشكلة ده نحن كلنا كساوث Sudanese people we agree we fight the government عشان الجفرمنت ده يمشي من الكرسي حقه ده عشان الناس يعيش في سلام ده صح لكن أنا ممكن كقبيلة أمشي أشاكل government I cannot do that قبيلة واحد بس أنا أقول بتحداك واقتلك ومش government بس now أنا هقتل الشلوك واقتل الدينكا وما عارفين ده nation ده separate from حاجات حكومة في مواطنين خالص ما عارفين أكل بتاع حكومة ما بيعرف
يا Sister Teresa Equatorial نايشيل دام هناك 200 إيكوانات بتاع جون وشان دام بتاعهم وين؟
كده Sister Teresa أنا داير نعمل correctly يا تاني أنت قلت كده داير نعمل لهم correct
كورا مال كون كوجي أنا كلا رانا جام تين كوي تين كودو.
Okay. So thank you guys for you can go back to Clubhouse. So if you want to listen in debate, debating that a lot of debating going on. We call for those of you, we always, our media here is for you to give you the important information what's going on in our country, to keep you update, because there are so much propaganda going on in social media, because especially this war going on, insecurity going on in Nasser, or in around, especially in Malakal area, Armaton. So there's so much propaganda going on that people are doing a lot of misinformation in social media, and they are misleading you. Please make sure that if you see something in social media, do not take that. Make sure that provide before you say that, okay, believe that that's accurate information, because there is people who are using social media a tool where they just put a lot of negative stuff that can do a lot of harm to our people in South Sudan. And we are calling to the citizen of Nasser. So just give credit to the citizen of Ulang for peaceful, allowed SSPDF to enter Ulang with no any resist, which is a good sign. That is how we want to see that, but we don't need to see more bloodshed in that region, because we want the White Army to come to their stand. Whoever mobilizing White Army, please stop your mobilization in that area, because there are negative people that who are doing this. Okay, and this is not a good thing to do that, to put the life of innocent civilian in risk. And we have seen that the White Army do not use the White Army as a tool that you would fight your senseless war because for their position. Okay. So White Army, you have to stop your negative activities in whether in Mulang or in Nasser or in Malakal area. What I heard that there are some of the White Army just across the border between Ethiopia and Yukon, and they attacked yesterday 5 o'clock in the morning. So we said not a good thing to see that. So those two countries, I hope Ethiopia government and South Sudan government should work together hand in hand to secure their border. So there's no any criminal activities. And also farther northern of northern Sudan area. So they need to seal those so that the criminal cannot do those criminal activities. So I hope this the thing that I just want to see. We are calling for peace. We really need, our people need peace. We don't need to see a war. So please, the citizen of Nasser, please allow SSPDF to do their work to put a security law and order in place so that the citizen in the area, to have a freedom that you need, because we need to see our people in Nasser or Ulang to have a peaceful that they deserve. So that is my last statement. Thank you for watching Majak Talk Show. We will bring more update when we have it. Have a wonderful night, have a wonderful morning, or have a wonderful evening wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Peace be to you all.
We Santo man kolnyang Mike Sholgrangawan Yubing Yarul Pandiri Shet Maniel Anaketon Niel Jilo Wanatonadol. I think kick
what is the video, my brother? Stop your propaganda. Thank you, brother God. Waduh mengarah mampu jadi lapor malah ini you are one of those people, my brother. You need to stop this your negative campaign. The White Army that village that camp. No more mobilization. Yes, I'm agreeing with you, my brother. You are right. We need White Army to come back. Okay, then react. Your question, my brother. Let me answer this way. Let me answer your question. You ask me what does that mean? Let me answer your question with question. right? Each master is part of South Sudan. While I'm in Boston, right now, I'm ready to go to my farm. While I'm in so I'm now preparing my garden, prepare my the app to find out which program that the farm Thank you so much, brother. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. Wonderful tomorrow or wonderful